So you thought it was over, huh? It ain't over until I say it's fucking over. Wake your dead ass up. It's been a whole year since they buried this baby, but here we are, boys. Back in the mix. Here to bring a population together again, against the real enemy. Now, as of late, I've weirdly been seeing a barrage of people defending the Saints Row reboot, and I'm here to say, I respect your opinion. But you're fucking wrong. A lot of claims under all the writing, characters, side activities, missions, driving, the entire fucking game. There is supposedly a fun game underneath, and that somehow these DLCs will bring this game back from the dead and prove to the nation that this was a Saints Row. Now, Saints Row I feel like has never been known for its master DLCs. They've always felt a bit flat to me. Johnny Gat flat top flat. Saints Row 4 I think definitely had some more memorable DLCs. Good God, those memories. But with the summer just rolled around, I saw a sale on the Saints Row Season Pass.
Give me money. Money me.
So I figured this would be my last time to try out new Saints Row content. I was almost excited to see how much they could let me down. No more messing around, fellas. Let's jump into Saints Row 2022's DLC. Baby. So looking at these DLCs, I think we're going to start with a simple one. Doc Ketchums' Murder Circus. Now, in a game that was pretty much made with customization in mind for every single thing from cars to houses to prosthetic limbs, what should we do? Take it out! You got 4 characters to pick from, all pretty much as cringe as the last, so picking for a relatable personality.
Take that, Kyle! Get your own coffee from now on, Kyle!
Not gonna happen, champ. Each character has their own set of guns and abilities. Captain Alimony, a middle-aged man with a pistol, and the ability to suck up life as much as his wife did in a divorce. Office worker guy, who is Asian, so it ticks a box. He's got akimbo SMGs, and the spin ability.
I did that!
Yeah, you did. TF2 sniper, who quite possibly has the worst gun I've ever fucking seen. Alright, well that did nothing. Gun is dog shit. Useless! Whose power-up is a grenade. Grenade? Is that it? Okay, that's it. And lastly, Butch Latino woman, who gets a haircut at the UFC barbershop.
You look great! Don't worry about it!
And has a sauna. Now, the ability for this tank of a muscle-filled, steroid-boosting beast? A Molotov. I think you can guess which 2 characters are the best, and I'm gonna be honest, there was a small realm of possibility, an inkling that this DLC could have been halfway decent, as the action is some of the most intense of the whole game. I know that's not saying much, but on the early tries, I think it's the only time in this entire game I've came close to death. Notice I say could be decent. If the gunplay wasn't so fucking terrible. With all they've done to this game, why does every single kill still feel like stepping on ants? I'm clobbering at legions here and there's no satisfaction kicking in. There's just nothing that fulfills me anymore. But it's okay because they added the lantern lighting emote. Would you look at that? Any gun you use will destroy an enemy in an instant with a headshot, so the method is just to get the quickest shooting character to keep playing the equivalent to Cookie Clicker at this point. Would you believe that? Even after Volition made the combat encounters more balanced, more fun, and more rewarding? The chances of these dudes hitting a shot on target would be increased if they were trained on the Death Star. And the fairness? Does this look fucking fair to you? The health bars, again. No one wants health bars. I want to feel like I'm taking souls, lives, destroying families. But there's nothing that says you're shooting a lifeless bot like a massive fucking health bar. I can't kill him. I understand. They might want to show when some enemies have more health. Why wouldn't you just make certain characters have an armored appearance? You know? Beef that boy up with some Kevlar or something. I don't fucking know. And with how extreme the aim assist is, the only thing I can compare it to is changing lanes with the lane assist on. It's that fucking intrusive. And yes, it's been a while, but it's got to be said. Mouse and keyboard aim assist. Do with that information as you will. The leveling system makes it so much easier after the first turn with each character, as their health boots virtually make them invincible, along with their health gaining executions that freezes everyone in an unskippable cutscene. Alright, well you fellas just take your time out, and I'm gonna have to dip. Oh, you've used your Tom Cruise execution, sir? Lucky for you, the execution recharge fills right up with just another 2 headshots, so these awkward cutscenes will be a regular thing. Past level 3 if you failed the arena. Quite frankly, you shouldn't be allowed to take a bath without a toaster. Your health will be increased to a point where you just shouldn't be killed. They added a little store for purchasing weapons and a couple of abilities. The weapons you'll find scattered around the place, and the power-ups you'll get granted automatically at the end of each of the 4 waves. Again, Another thing just to make this DLC even more piss easy, any of the somewhat strong enemies can be killed instantly half the time with the right power up, meaning the armor giving them that slight second between me and the Lord Almighty goes straight back to non-existent. Enemies clustering up and causing mass amounts of friendly fire, literally, also seem to be a big thing. Kill this boy! Once each character hits level 8, they experience a different boss. This is probably the most impressive thing about the DLC, just to have something original to see. And they basically flat out admit it's just a Genki ripoff. But as you guessed, even the final boss for the character can be killed instantly with the right ability active. What is the point? The setting for the map is frankly ugly to look at after a while. What I feel like doing a game behind the Iron Curtain would feel like. And just to put that fucking cherry on the top, the presenter of the show also seems to lack more personality than a cat that never said a word. Overall, no. Fucking no. Next up, Heist in the Hazardous, baby. I'll hand it to him off the bat. At least it's some real missions and not a fucking app on my phone. Oh, it's over. It's over. But the only real heist is the money they rob from you to play this dog shit. Not Monopoly money. I don't get this shit for pass and go. I gotta pass employment. And I'm being rewarded with 35 minutes of DLC. £4.50. My dollars aren't going as far as they used to, but this is one way to wipe your ass of a meal deal. They did add a new area to the map, which really helps fill in the 90% of empty desert the map suffers from. A few shops, gang hideouts, and an activity. So basically what everyone couldn't be bothered to explore in the main game. Genius! So the DLC boots off with a $1 million call for a hit on the Wanted app, and apparently everyone else has had the same fucking call. After running into every other prick on Twitter who also got the notification, we kill everyone in sight, including an agent for a movie star. That was a lot easier than expected. Post Malone.
Holy shit, you're Chris Hardy.
Oh, okay, that's his name. The man behind the Heist in the Hazardous movies. So after some dialogue that clearly didn't get a second take.
You want a selfie too?
Thing is, I work for cash.
Cash? I'm Chris Hardy. This face is worth $1 million.
The guy refuses to pay us before we're knocked out and thrown off a ledge. It's a good idea, throw me in some water. So let's completely ignore the plot hole that a guy that took down over 40 plus hitmen, including the main target, gets knocked out that easily, but then you leave him alive. It would have took 2 minutes to make a fucking escape scene or something, man. Pooh! Pooh! But the next mission opens with some shit every grown man wants to hear. Heist. Fucking heist time, boys. So planning it out reveals just how poor of a DLC it is.
So, just like the movie, I'm gonna walk in the front door holographically disguised as Chris Hardy.
So first off, we need to get his voice and facial recognition to make a hologram version of him. Totally avoiding the fact that apparently he's a movie star, so his voice and face should be pretty much everywhere. So, we use this stealth feature in the game, a feature that doesn't actually exist. You can walk in front of them, run around them, just doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. A couple of different recorded angles, and I think 4 minutes in total, and that's the mission done. And now, the finale. Seriously, I'm not joking, it's that fast. What are you doing? So getting a full lethal dose of cringe before we set out, here we go. Heisting, baby. What the whole DLC is about. Okay. So instead of classic running and gunning like everyone who's done a heist in a game loves to do, we sneak in using a hologram disguise of an A-list celebrity that's meant to be there. So not even shit stealth this time around. You just walk in front of them. No threat. Nothing. Genius! I'm gonna be sneaking in as Big Kim soon and nuking what's left of Volition for charging for this piece of shit. 3 minutes of the disguise and the charges ran out. Probably shouldn't have wasted it in the cutscene. Prick. Just before we run up to the vault and get exposed. Finally. Hey? A twist. A fight.
You could heist me using the plot of my own movie?
You ever see Diamond's Dozen, where they distract the mark, drill in, and blow the vault from the inside?
They don't want to do any kind of action in
Welcome
this
to
mission at
phase
all.
2, motherfucker.
I'm convinced no one over the age of 16 wrote this game. So after breaking into the vault and seeing nods at decent games in the series that they decimated, we take all the valuable stuff, breaking out in a really intense shootout before a helicopter ride home and finishing the entire thing. I know what you're asking, but what about killing Post Malone? Nope, we don't get to kill him. Face him, nothing. We bankrupt him and end things on a mean phone call. Shut the fuck up. Now, we're on to a song from Ice and Dust, and the only way you can enjoy this DLC is if you snort some of that up. Take a seat for a second, my children, and let me explain why. First off, the backstory behind it is nothing to do with gangs, but instead medieval cardboard wars, something the entire community has been screaming for since the game's release. There's a set of side missions for Eli in the base game, where he takes you down this role-playing virgin rabbit hole, and Gwen, the forgettable villain from the first mission, is the villain you defeat to become the king of Reboot. With all that clear, we start with a recap of the questline, with the kind of writing you'll have to get used to throughout the entire DLC.
The dust crown now sits upon the noble brow of the
Oh,
Circus.
mate, I'm gonna have to put this the whole
Sandy
fucking
Craig
thing.
lost many warriors in the fight.
Oh! Basically, this concludes what happened, and that we have to take a cardboard marriage with Gwen and bring her back to life.
I hate this.
I hate you.
Shut up, you're dead.
Just gonna say, people are saying this is the best DLC somehow of all three. I'm just pointing that out there. So this gets disrupted from an ambush from the frosty cardboard villain. Oh, fuck. Frost Queen.
Frostlanders!
Yeah! Now I'm gonna point out you don't kill people in this DLC. So it's like Nerf darts that do damage and they just fall over. Which a part of me wants to compliment for sticking to the genre. And the Saints Row 2 inside me wants to rip some fucking limbs off. I think one of the bigger letdowns though is the takedowns. Oh, this is pathetic. No! So ripping through countless full-time Discord mods, we make it to the first cherry-pick compliment I can give, the Yeti. Now the Yeti, I like it. I like the fucking Yeti thing, okay? How did a team of people that wear helmets down the stairs manage to come up with a man taped in pillows? We're looking at the revolutionaries over at Volition, clearly. But my thing is, it isn't Saints Row, boys. I said it. It's said. Now this entire 2-hour DLC will be getting shit on, so if that's what you're here for, you clearly came to the right place, okay? But there are 3 or 4 redeeming qualities somehow out of this steaming turd for somewhat inventive ideas, things that they've clearly thought through, ish. Okay, let me try again. The entire Volition team are poo-poo heads. That's better. Really though, they were capable of a thing called an idea, but every idea they've had jack shit to do with Saints Row and my gang life, motherfucker. Fans from every Saints Row game can agree some wacky shit is fine.
What are you doing? I don't like this. This makes me vibrate.
It passes, but a full-on PG DLC about cardboard forts and it's supposedly the ultimate redemption in this thing? A game made around gang crimes and drugs. For it to fall to castle forts. I can't. As much as the Yeti gained some jank street cred, this doesn't solve the issue of the game being made for people with the IQ of an inbred fish. So with him down, we escape, but not escaping this cringe voice acting.
I can't believe he's dead. I put so much work into that character.
You should kill yourself. Partnering up with Gwen, who invites us to the castle to gain information off the Lore Master. This is another added section to the map, which again, isn't really that crazy. Obviously the castle is the main highlight of the area, and the cardboard cars occasionally passing by is a nice touch for a game this shit. I know, I'm complimenting cardboard cars here, don't fucking stop. But it really is just another bone dry area with nothing added to the game. I'm out here looking at sub-Saharan Africa with a few pit stops of fucking nothing. Oh look, a clothes store that sells 3 things you don't really want. What they should have done is add 8 or 9 different gang hideouts throughout the map like in Saints Row 2. Proper missions with objectives to claim territory. I know there's no fixing this game now, but at least soften the blow to the legacy. Even though it isn't Saints Row and just uses the name. Jim Boone, the studio director for this shit, I hate this man, stating Saints Row were a game of the time, but now it's not something they align with. You know, maturing, growing up. I get it. So why the fuck are you making a Saints Row game? A game where I can bang hooers, take some drugs, and do a drive-by. But with my ran over, we make it to the Lore Master to find out who was behind the attack.
Right, but you can tell us.
Wrong. My character is dead.
Obviously. Okay, so now we have to play 3 carnival games in order to get enough tickets just to drink a Red Bull and talk to this prick, because apparently he's dead. So we go hunt dog people, because that's comedy gold. Comedy gold. Racing a car that has cardboard taped to it, and possibly the worst attempt at a mystery game I've ever seen.
To question these suspects and find the
I can do this.
When Valentina was killed, I was playing cards with Darian.
I was playing chess with Alice.
I was playing chess with Darren.
Holy shit, is this it?
Now then, great Bolsonius, it is time for your judgment.
It's the purple-haired woman covered in piss.
Choose thee.
Yeah. So with the game's done, we drink the potion and get the info. That's it. That's the mission. Crazy, right? Next we got a 5-minute mission where we just tail around the bowl rod and protect... Hey Fu, what's the bowl rod? Good question. It's a tapeworm glued to a fucking SUV. I'm gonna deduct some of those creativity points for how fucking cringe this is. This mission will exhilarate anyone who's never played any of the other missions in a game or in any other game. Just driving around and shooting. Good God, I'm fucking bored. Now we need to get through the Dustborn's base to get dragon bones for some shit, I don't know. So to get in... we have to use stealth. Now this is the best bit, I promise you. You thought the last bit of stealth was bad? Try the fake stealth. The stealth that says you drank a potion, so now you cross your arms and people can't see you. Is this really what we're doing? Seriously, this is the stealth they thought was suitable for a game. It was a pile of dog shit before, but this? Christ! The only way to fail is if someone sees you kill someone. But honestly, even that doesn't really work. Oh, fuck, she's caught me. Oh. What is this guy? Who came up with it? Jim? Jim, is that you? I'm not going to go through all the shit in this mission in detail, as I'm borderline embarrassed to say it out loud. It involves shooting sacks on a ceiling and talking to a woman in an octopus mask. No clue. No clue what's going on. So with everything from the last mission done, and most of it being stealth that even Airsoft Fatty would find cringe, we used the items collected from the last mission to do some kind of ritual from a guy from World War II. But this grants us the banhammer, a weapon that's a hammer that you can throw. It's crazy. Seriously though, it's nice to see some original-ish weapons in the game. You can also get a weight sling gun. I think Saints Row 3 and 4 would have loved it, but this is one of the last compliments this thing's gonna get. So I'm fucking used to it. So now, we're on to the finale. Set off by a speech.
Friends, LARPers, Dusklanders,
I'm gonna become a rider soon, because it's just such an easy
we
job.
forsake all bonds. We few, we happy few. We take our
Can you finish
freedom
the fucking
here
speech?
Upon St. Crispin's Day.
Yay. Oh, fucking... They defended this. People said, why? Why does this game get flack when it's actually pretty good? Your opinion is mute to me. Nada. Nothing. Fucking zero. So jumping in the last mission is defending the castle. And I'm going to chuck it some scraps and say, fair enough, these defending bases gives me the slightest reminiscence of a Saints Row finale. In the original game, I never saw the Saints gang members ever, like at all. But they finally said, hey, when they have allies and a small army, why don't they use them? But that sweet nostalgia will be instantly crushed when your fellow gang members turn up. Go home! That's so cringe. You gotta wonder if the writers at Volition put Volition on their CV. I wouldn't. So catching up to the Ice Queen, which, by the way, is the boss of the DLC. I didn't even notice it myself up until now. You saw her in the first mission, and that was pretty much it. But this is going to be the first boss fight of the game that I was somewhat challenged with. I was baffled, man. They just slapped the difficulty up for once. I'm glad they did. Killing her finally finishes this thing and reveals that anyone watching this video could be an accomplished voice actor at this point. I really don't know what the fuck we're doing.
Gwendolyn!
Ban!
Get the fuck out of our game.
Oh. Did you hear that, motherfucker? So that's it. DLC is dog shit. I'll touch on the Halloween update quickly, but it is 5 of the exact same side activities. Talking to a ghost to kill a demon so that they can go back to work at a haunted house. And when I say demon, I mean red mist thing. How did not 1, not 2, but 3 of these steaming piles of dog shit get greenlit? I can't think of one free roam game off the top of my head, including games made in the same series up to 16 years prior, that is anywhere near as close as to how shit this is. I would have more fun stubbing my toe into a wood chipper than watching one of my favourite game series be tossed into the fire of DEI games. Volition is dead, and honestly, thank fuck for that.
May I kick a little something for the G and make a few ends as I breeze through 2 in the morning and the party's still jumping cause my mama ain't home. I got bitches in the living room getting it on and they ain't leaving till 6 in the morning. So what you wanna do?